Welcome back. Welcome back. Is that the Mace version or?
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
So you agree with my?
Yeah.
Welcome back Carter version.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad
yes.
I'm glad we agreed on it.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Meet Us in the Trenches. Oh my God, how I've missed you guys. We're here at Moe's Seafood on Pulaski Highway, and we're brought to you by Union Media Group, Tone, Drone TV, and Brainstream Media. Thank you so much for joining us. We have an exciting show tonight with some amazing guests.
We have a lot to go over.
A lot. We have a lot.
We have a lot. But I'm Coach Said, and you are.
Coach said. Invite your friends, please, to share our social media, check our YouTube, have a watch party, like, comment, subscribe to us on Meet Us in the Trenches on YouTube. Also follow us on Instagram at Meet Trenches. Click that bell, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We also have a new phone number. If you don't have it yet, it's 410-929-6835. If you want to call in, feel free.
Yes. Shout out to Moe's Seafood. Come down to get you some big old crab cakes and forget them oysters. That's what TJ be eating them.
The oysters?
Nasty oysters with ketchup. Is that ketchup? Whatever.
You know what's my favorite? I like it's a crab meat and shrimp quesadilla, the Cajun flavor. Get that from Moe's. Get that from Moe's. Come down and get that. That's real good. Dip it in some ranch. So good. So good.
But anyway, we got a lot to go over today, especially in the intro. I know legend Keon Carpenter, who is from Baltimore, graduated from Woodlawn High School, was drafted by the Buffalo Bills, and later wound up playing for the Atlanta Falcons. Passed away a couple years, so they having like a memorial whole weekend for him. So it's starting out with the Keon Carpenter Happy Hour. That's June the 27th from 6 to 9 at Vessel. I guess it's a lounge or club. It's called Vessel. It's in Baltimore. Next, it'll be the 28th, which is a celebrity basketball game with free admission for kids 16 and under. $5 general admission, DJ provided by Downtown Locker Room. That's going to be at Edmondson High School at 501 North Athol. Third, which is the 29th, it'll be the Keon Carpenter Brunch at 16th on the Park. That's the name of the lounge, at 16 on the Park, and that's from 1 to 5 p.m. So it's going to be a great week leading up to the weekend for Mr. Keon Carpenter, who's like a mentor of mine, and I coach with him. And when he told me that I was great at what I do as coaching the offensive line, I thought I could fly. I thought I could literally just jump off the building and just start flying when he told me that. You know what I mean by that, Jimmy, right? When somebody like that played in the league for 10 years tell you you're good at your job, that's like the ultimate compliment. So,
speaking of being great at what you do, how was your Big Uglies event?
Yeah, say it again. I'm sorry.
How was your Big Uglies event?
Oh,
let's talk a little bit about that. How was that?
Oh man, that was a great event. That was a dream event for me. That was big.
I love that.
It was hosted by Edgewood, and Coach Jimmy is here today to speak upon the Edgewood program, but Coach Jimmy gave me the opportunity to hold it at Cunyon, and I got a lot of help from him and the Edgewood staff. But it was a pretty nice event. It was pretty nice. We had a lot of kids. We had a couple teams to back out because of the rain, or they thought it was going to rain, but it was like God said, okay, you said 10, so we'll give you 11. You said 11 to 2, and we'll give you exactly that. Because right at 2:05, it started raining again.
Oh, my Lord.
Right, so from 11 to 2, he gave us what we wanted, sunshine. It was nice out there. So we had a lot of kids. Shout out to the coaches. There's too many to name, but they came out, and we had a great time. So I'm looking forward to it next year. That was my first time having it, so we want to do it again.
And shout outs to Grump. I heard he was running the interviews.
Yeah, I was happy about that, right? He did a great job interviewing. And shout out to him again because he passed his driver's test today. So I let everybody know when he's on the road, so they won't be. So when he's on the road, you won't be. Yep. So what else we got?
What else has been up with you?
Oh.
Anything else new?
Okay, so
Got a
let's
black
talk
fact
about
bus
World
today?
War III then.
Oh dear.
Let's talk about, are we headed to that? Are we headed to World War III? I mean, it's a phallus measuring contest between Trump and Putin. So, what do we think about that?
I'm sick of seeing it pop up on my social media and my news and giving me all the negativity
Yeah.
that I don't want to see or hear. But, you got to stay tuned and you got to know what's going on. So
That's true.
I'm not really ready for any of that. I'm
That's
just sick
true.
of hearing everybody. I'm scared. I get it. I don't want to be fearful. I just want to trust in God and keep on praying, to be honest. So
That's true. That's true.
what I'm going to keep on doing. I'm going to keep on praying, but also stay knowledgeable and be prepared on what's going on. But yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
How's this
I'm a
last few weeks
CNN. I'm a
been? I
CNN
missed
fan
you, man.
too, man, and I watch CNN a lot,
You watch it a lot?
and it's depressing. It really
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
What's your summer vibes? What you got going on for this summer?
Just relaxing. I did the Carolina Panthers camp last week. Met a lot of great coaches from all over the country. I have the Jets Giants youth camp in a couple weeks, and I have the Roman Oben big man's camp. That's in New Jersey.
That's awesome.
So the Jets Giants and Roman Oben camp kind of run concurrent. So they got the Roman Oben camp first, and that'll be at Drew University in New Jersey. So I'll be there for 2 weeks instead of a week because I have both camps there. So after I finish that camp, then I'm doing the Washington Commanders camp. That's at George Mason University. So I'll be there for a week during that camp. So I'm pretty busy.
Yeah, you sound booked and
Yeah,
ready.
Yeah.
Aw, I love that. I just went to LA this past 2 weeks ago, and I went to the BET Experience. That was a lot of fun. I got to see a lot of performances. Glorilla performed, Spice performed. It was like really a good show. So
Glorilla, is she good live?
man, she's something else.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it was a really good time. I met one of my favorite actors from Raising Kanan. It was a good time. I went to Nipsey's store and I got the marathon shirt. I got some socks and a shirt. So yeah, marathon continues. So yeah, had some good LA vibes. Definitely not the safest, but
Not the safest.
nah, I experienced some craziness. But yeah, it was an experience to remember. But you have a Black History fact for us?
I do. Today's black fact of the day is about Mary Van Britten Brown, who invented the first home security system in 1966. Her invention included features like the peephole cameras, monitors, and two-way audio, pioneering modern security technology. Didn't know that, huh? Black woman invented that. This invention has had a lasting impact on home security systems and surveillance.
I love that for us.
From
I love that for us.
1966.
We can create anything, okay? Oh, for Juneteenth, I went to a Black-owned couples tea house. They also have a vinyl store. Shout outs to Mr. Dodson and his amazing wife. I went to that on Juneteenth, so that was great. So, support our businesses.
Speaking of vinyl, did you see the interview that Nas did interviewing Slick Rick on YouTube? That was very interesting.
Oh, no, I need to see that. Send me that link.
And Nas said, man, I need for you to sign this vinyl for me. But when you get a legend that kind of big ups another legend,
Yep.
and that's pretty big.
It is.
And I think that's what set Nas up from all the other rappers out there. You know what I'm saying? He's real genuine. I'm a real fan of him. But what else we got? Who we got today?
Who we got today? We got Coach James Lutman here to talk about the community work and Edgewood 7-on-7
Jimbo.
Spring League.
Call him Jimbo Fisher, my man.
Jimbo?
Jimmy.
That's what we calling him.
Jimbo.
Jimbo. All right.
James Jimbo Lutman.
Okay. I like
Who
that.
else we got?
And we also have Tsanonda Edwards, who was here before, and he's going to come talk about his new book that he has. So I'm excited about that. Glad to have him back.
Yep. Friend of the show is when they say when we keep them coming back. And
Yes.
It's real interesting like that. So we should be back next. And again, shout out to our sponsors, Tone Drone, Brainstream, Play It Again Sports, where? Timonium. And Moe's Seafood. We'll be right back with our first guest.
Our mission focuses on showcasing local and global talent of all ages on and off the field. We will strive to inspire, educate, and bridge the divides through our media collaboration. Our goal is to give student athletes and coaches the platform to let their talents be seen and a platform for the community to let their voices be heard. This is the Union Media Group.
Welcome back. You know what? I'm glad you agree with me on that. It took you some time, but
I told you one day I was on the car, driving here, listening to that version.
Yeah,
so
thank God. It came around. I'm glad.
Welcome back to Meet Us in the Trenches. We are here with Coach James. How are you feeling today?
I'm doing very well. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain.
Coach said don't call him Jimbo on this, so I can't.
Oh.
He told me not to do it.
I want to know what made you fall in love with football?
What made me fall in love with football? Growing up, and it was kind of like a job. So football was my getaway. So whenever I hit the football field, nothing else mattered. We'd go out there, be as destructive as I want. And I was a bad kid, so it gave me a way to get out a lot of anger. But what made me really fall in love with coaching was just the aspect of watching all the good men that I had in my life show me stuff. And then once my run was done with college and sports, it was time to give back to the kids. And that's that in a nutshell, really. So for the past 20-some years, it's been me and the Edgewood family. So, but that's really loving football is just, college football is where it's at, if you want to be honest. But diehard Hurricane fan. But that had something to do with it back in the 80s, watching Michael Irvin and all them dance around on the field. So it was kind of like, oh, that's cool. So, but football is it's life. It's definitely life.
So, coming from that area, right? Like, you like born and raised in that area. What is it like being the program director of a program that you once played? Is it like almost like a dream to you? What is that like? Because I know that's pretty deep. Explain to me, what is that like?
That is probably one of the best feelings, to know that you came from the same community as the kids. You walked in the same streets. You got chased by the same police. Everything that you've seen, these kids seen, and you can help guide them in a different direction through football. It really, in my community, as you know, said, it ain't all gravy. We out there, we fight for everything we get. So for all the kids in the neighborhood, you know, we see them, they come up, we see some don't eat, we feed them through the concession stand, make sure they eat for the day. If they ain't got the money to play, we make a way for them to play. Like, there is no excuse, because giving back to our kids and trying to get them up out of Edgewood or make them a better, you know, way to go in life. That's our goal.
Yeah. So, you gave me the opportunity, you and the program director, prior to, because you was on the board at that time, but
Yes.
I was out of coaching for some years, and they didn't have, I think, a 10U coach at the time. And I know, like, a lot of parents was asking me, well, coach, you know, can you coach a team? Why don't you coach a team? And because when I was out there watching my son play, he grew up in the program since 5 years old. You know, I was calling out plays of the opposition. So the parents was like, well, Dad, how did... So anyway, when them coaches didn't want to come back, you allowed me to coach there. And, you know, there was some things that I was like, I don't know about that. But tell me, from the way you came into the program and became the program director, leaving that last regime, what has changed?
Oh, a whole lot has changed.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's see, when we first took over, and I say we because my board is very instrumental in what we're able to do, we were in a deficit. We changed the whole narrative on that. We grind, we fundraise, we do every little thing, we count every dollar. Big shout out to all my board members that I got, because it's been a long 4 years. In the 4 years that we've been in control, we've bought all brand new equipment, which is around $125,000, $150,000 we've spent in equipment right now. We've branched out. We're now partnering with the high school, making a better feeder system. We got the county coming down now to redo our whole park. They're about to spend a couple $1 million on our park, change the whole view of it to give the kids at Edgewood what they deserve. So that's, you know, the goal of the board is we don't stop. It's 365, especially me. My son's grown, so all it is about the kids, and I just work and work. And if somebody says they working harder, I work even that much harder. I'm petty like that.
Can you tell us a little bit about the atmosphere and like how it is in Edgewood? We talk a lot about the city, but like, can you tell us specifically about Edgewood and how it is there?
Edgewood is basically a suburb of Baltimore City, if you want to be realistic. We got all the same problems, maybe not all the same neighborhoods, but our kids deal with the same issues of any city, place, if you want to name any block, any project, any hood, whatever. But our kids deal with a lot of that same stuff. They see stuff that some of them shouldn't see at ages that they are, and I was one of them kids. So I know what they go through, and that's why we try to do what we can for them. You know, so it's, like I said, it's a nonstop grind for us with them kids. Like, we want to give them the best that they can have. I want our program to, when they look back, to be like, I played in the best program in the state. Whether it is true or not, that's the perception that we want to give them. So.
Well, you know, man, I just want to, from where the program was, and I was inside of that. So, you know, shout out to Coach Free, Vice President, and Big Steve, Commissioner, to kind of help you turn that thing around. I know Coach Steve was like one of the guys on my coaching staff, and it was like, you know, when you asked Coach Steve to do something, he was already on it.
Big Steve.
Like, you know, Big Steve was already on it before you even asked him. It was unbelievable. But, you know, to have them guys on your staff, man, and, you know, so you can give them guys a shout out, man, that they deserve it, man. And, you know, just explain to everybody like what it is coaching the coaches, because it's like a lot of coaches on the staff that they're young guys. So you got to coach the coaches, and so that kind of coaches can relay that to the kids. So kind of in a brief synopsis, explain how to do that.
Coaching the coaches is fun because it reminds me of they're all young, so it's like a young version of you, maybe not you to the T, but they're like you, and then dealing with their problems, and it's not always the best, but again, we've made our program to a certain way, is where Steve, our commissioner, will handle certain things, Free, our vice president, will handle certain things, but it's collectively we handle them all together. But these coaches, you know, they're hungry, they're young, they're just, you know, not seasoned yet, but they're like, I couldn't ask for a better crew of guys that do what they do for the kids, because, man, they work hard. They might not always line the fields when we want them to, but they're out there. They'll do anything we ask on game day, whether it's cleaning up trash, working in the concession stand. We don't have to worry about too much of the really big issues with kids. You know, you're going to have your typical issues during the fall, you know, but for the most part, they do a very good job of handling their own. But again, it stems from everything we do from the board down. You know, I got great ladies in the program that hold me accountable for everything I do. Rachel, Nikki, and Dee Dee will blow my phone up and be like, "What are you doing? Did you get this, and this done yet?" And you know, and I'm on it, but it's a balance. Like we have a lot of really good community people that are from our community, and maybe not like Steve and our vice president, their families aren't, but they've came to Edgewood and that became their community. So we got a lot of good people in our program. We, like I said, we just work hard. That's all it is we just work, and we account every money. Everybody holds each other accountable. You know, the money goes to the kids. You know, I don't know what other programs do, but all of our money, we drop it into them kids as much as we can. And, you know, like I said, I'm a Hurricane fan, so I'm trying to make Edgewood like Dade County, and we baby Hurricanes. Like, we got the tunnel with the smoke. Like, we try to make game day legit, you know, so it's fun for me. I enjoy it. Like, I'm up there at 6:30 in the morning. I don't leave till 10 o'clock at night. Like, I enjoy it.
So, I know I got Coach Steve right here. I call him 6'9" because he look at that joke, he taller. But Coach Steve, explain to me, right? Like, when you see kids, man, like they don't go without when it comes to you, right? Like, you feed them. Coach Steve take kids home. Coach Steve will get up on the ladder and fix the lights in the scoreboard. So Coach Steve, explain to people, like, where does that heart come from? Like, where does your heart come from for kids and you just, like, giving them your all, man? Like, where does that come from?
Well, first of all, this comes from my background, where I was raised at. You know, grandparents, mother, you know, and you just want to see people do better. You know, if you can provide, you know, for the kids. I mean, it's been plenty of times kids might not have registration money, you know, well, we got you, we'll take care of them, you know, and just, you know, me with my technical skills, there ain't too much I can't do, so why wait for a middleman to come through when I could do it for you? You know? But the kids always first. I mean, you know, like early on, when my kids came to the program, I didn't even sign them up. My wife signed them up for the program. So then, but I had coached 3 years before with the Charm City Buccaneers. Shout out to Coach Pop. And when I got to Edgewood, just began coaching again, and you know, just seeing that the program was not being ran the way it should be ran, and you know, it was obvious that it was, you know, and we got to the point like, hold up, the money not right. We need, you know. Then they just like, well, we will make some changes. You want to be a part of it, and me being a part of it, you know, I always help any kid I can help, even if I'm not, even like at the concession stand. You might see some little kids come up. They might not have no money. Well, what you want? You know, to go give him what he wants, whatever I'll pay for it. You know, that's just who I am as a person.
I love that you said kids, it's about the kids first. It's really important, and thank you for sharing everything that you've done, and it's a great memory that you instilled in the kids and that they can take with them for the rest of their lives. So what is the most rewarding part for both of you, actually, for you and your players? Like, what's the most rewarding for you?
The most rewarding for me is to watch them come through the program, graduate, and it's what they do in high school, and then go on from high school, because they had the athleticism in them, but we just help nurture that and point them in the right direction. And then when you see a kid from our program, he's in high school dominating, it's like, that's where my excitement comes. I won a lot of games, we lost some games, but at the end of the day, when they go to high school, that's what matters. And that's what the OGs, when I came into coaching, told me. Don't matter what you do out here. It matters what they do when they get to high school. You got to get them right out here first. Teach them the right way. But yeah, high school is when I love it, because I can sit back and watch.
The biggest reward for me is, just teaching the kids the fundamentals of football, and making sure that they have what they need when they get to high school. But probably the ultimate reward I had as a coach is seeing one of my former players get 2 Super Bowl rings, one with Peyton Manning and one with Tom Brady. You know, can't beat that. And if I can get a couple more to go there, we're doing something right.
Well, you know, a lot of parents, they really don't know the game of football like that. So I know when we coached Steve, that 14U team, and I think we had like one 12-year-old, the rest of them was 13. And I think we had like one 14, but we was going up against teams that was 14 and 15 with a little bit more experience. So my whole objective was to kind of teach them kids the fundamentals. So we won one game that year, and out of that team in Harford County now, it's about 8 or 9 kids on that team that's all county, getting recruited big time. But my point is, did we do enough teaching the fundamentals, and how come the parents don't really understand that? Like, why don't they understand that the high school coach don't give a rat's ass about what the record is? Like, why they don't understand that? Talk to me, Steve. And did we teach enough? Did we teach well enough?
Yeah, I believe we taught well enough. But as far as parents go, some parents everybody looking for win. Nobody's looking for the fundamentals and having a coachable kid that a coach can coach, and making sure your kid's doing good in school, because that's everything a coach wants. I don't care if you're the most talented player on the team. If your grade's not right and you can't coach, if you don't know that playbook, the coach ain't gonna use you. All your talent is going to waste.
Same question for you.
Same question as far as I feel the doing enough part.
I know that them teams that you had prior that went to, especially the team your son and them, man, they were damn good. And I think all of them went to Edgewood. Explain to me, like, what do you think, and why do you think parents think the way they think? Explain to me that.
It's like working out. You at first you don't see nothing, and then 12 weeks in, you're like, oh, I'm a whole new person. It's a slow grind, like Coach Steve was saying. Parents want to see immediate results, and sometimes it doesn't work like that. I've had teams where they came in all dogs, didn't matter what I called, they was going to win. I've had teams where it was like, whoa, we got to really coach them up to win this ball game. But the development part is always crucial, because no matter what, the practice remains the same. We're going to develop. We're going to show you the right ways to do things. And if you don't like it, we're just not the place for you, because our end goal is to make you the best high school ready player we can be. So.
One last question for you. Can you tell us about your 7-on-7 tournament? How was that?
7-on-7s was great. This was year 2. Last year we had 16 teams. This year we finished with 36.
Hold up. Is it true that you had 36 teams?
Yes, sir. When I closed registration, we got an additional 10 people that wanted to register, so that'll put us at 46. So next year we're projecting maybe 50 to 55 teams, and it's a beautiful thing to sit back and watch all of our fields just have all these athletes out there playing. It's so cool to watch the little kids, and then we got the JV and varsity division, which is the high school boys, and it's like, wow, like especially when you know I've watched certain programs and they've had these kids for years, and I've watched that kid come up, and then all of a sudden now he's a ball player. It's like, okay, but yeah, it was definitely dope.
How you was up all night getting that schedule together, right? So y'all had to be sitting up at late nights getting that schedule together.
I take care of everything. As teams come in, I start plugging and playing, and then I got this little app that helps me out with setting certain things in the schedule. So it's a lot of, me hours. Steve and Free, they've been very like, hey, we'll help you with whatever you got to do, but that schedule is yours. But other than that, I mean, like I said, my team, we put a good team together, and that's what helps the 7-on-7s be better. But we're looking to probably put maybe 50 teams out at Cunyon Field next year between that and the high school. And the one-day tournament, single elimination, the true champions come out, So it's a good thing. I love it. It's nice to watch all them different ball players out there we got teams from all over now.
Yeah. And that's why the passing game has gotten so much better. Because they do a lot of 7-on-7. We have to do more offensive line stuff, man.
Oh, Sid, I'm always hitting you up about a clinic from my program. What can you teach me about this? I've spent years with you, so I don't hit you up as much.
Yeah.
But I spent many days at clinics with you, sitting at the table, and at first it was like Chinese to me, and then I'm like, oh, I got to learn something. And then now I can sit there and, okay, I know exactly what they talking about.
Well, damn right, because we right back at it next Saturday, I hope.
So, I will definitely get with the coaches and see if we can get you out there, and we'll make that happen.
And you're planning on streaming that next year as well, right?
Oh, sure. We can definitely do that.
We streaming 7-on-7 next year.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've been talking to TJ about that. We in the works with making it even bigger. Every year I try to make it bigger and better for the kids because, again, I'm all about the game day experience for these kids. So we just try to give them a good place to play ball. Come in peace and leave with the police. We don't play that. It's about the kids out there.
Well, we often imitate it but never duplicate it. So if it ain't tone, drone, and brainstream, then, they do a lot of talking.
Oh.
But they do the walking, man. So, look, we want to thank you guys for coming on and definitely want to have you guys back. Shout out to Edgewood. Shout out to Coach Free, Coach Steve, Coach Jimbo. Don't get mad at me.
Nah, I ain't mad. I definitely want to say I do this for Edgewood. I do this for y'all. I want to shout out my whole program, my son, because without him, there wouldn't be no Coach Jim. So other than that, it's for you, Edgewood.
Absolutely. So shout out to our sponsors, Tone Drone Productions, Brainstream Media, Play It Again Sports,
Timonium, and Moe's Seafood. Thanks for having us. Thank you both for coming today. Great. It's great.
We'll be right back.
And we have Tsanonda Edwards coming up next.
Our mission focuses on showcasing local and global talent of all ages on and off the field. We will strive to inspire, educate, and bridge the divides through our media collaboration. Our goal is to give student athletes and coaches the platform to let their talents be seen and a platform for the community to let their voices be heard. This is the Union Media Group.
Welcome.
He loves to sing this song. He loves to sing
I mean,
this
I'd rather
song.
sing that song than
You know
I'm
the
a
versions he's
dog,
talking
I'm
about.
a
Welcome
mutt.
Back Carter version and the
know,
Mace version.
what about, I'm
Which
a
version
dog,
you
I'm a
going
mutt?
with? Which version you going
Old
with?
school. See, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I like both of them, but Mace is one of my favorite rappers, man. Just as a rapper, one of my favorites. I like both of them.
I was trying to tell him that's my mother favorite. But I'm
Wait
gonna
a
go
minute, your mother's favorite is Mason now?
Mace.
Dang.
Welcome back, for real though.
Yes.
Welcome back. We could really say that and mean it. You've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back. How are you feeling today?
Today is good. Today is a great day. It's obviously a little warm outside, but it is an amazing day. Any day we above ground and we able to kind of grind out and take care of ourselves and take care of others is a good day. So happy Monday to everybody. It's a good day. Feeling good.
Tell us a little bit what's new, what's going on. Tell us what's going on. You had a book signing. Tell us a little bit about that. What's new?
So last time I had a chance to be here, I really just had the prototype of the book that was getting ready for relaunch. So I had the tremendous pleasure of actually relaunching the book on May 24th. So it is available on my website, www.tsanondacares.com. So I'm really excited about it. It's time to really put the book out to the masses. Previously, it was a self-published book. So I went through all the trials and tribulations on my own, trying to kind of put it together with a little bit of help from folks. So it was great that it came out. It was like 2018. But then I got picked up by a publisher, Full Circle Press out of California. They saw that it had tremendous potential, but it definitely needed some polishing, needed some work. So they polished it up, and now it is ready for resale, ready for relaunch, and ready to kind of get out there to the masses and kind of help folks with their healing.
So can we put the book back up again, Tone, if we can? So the extraordinary Mr. Nobody. Explain that to me.
So the basis behind it is that I think you all may have heard, you hear just kind of randomly, right? That you can get extraordinary things out of ordinary circumstances, right? And I believe that pretty much for any and everybody. I believe that everybody has a story to tell. I believe everybody needs an opportunity to kind of raise their voices to be who they are. So my book is really to push people, that extraordinary piece, right? It's to push people to understand their greatness, push people to kind of lean into their greatness, because everybody has it, right? In different ways, in different measures. Again, sometimes it's got to be polished, but it's there. But it's also okay to be ordinary before you get to that extraordinary. It's okay to be ordinary. And then the Mr. Nobody part is sometimes people feel like they aren't at their best. But for me, I kind of look at it like we need to figure out ways to get to okay. Like I think that everybody sees like a lot of motivational speakers, people that get you up, ready to go, ready to kind of really dive into the day. And I think that's necessary. It's important and necessary. But it's a lot of folks are getting left behind because they're not really ready to jump to the extraordinary yet. Let's get to okay first. Because once you get to okay, once you get to ordinary, then you can use that almost as like a platform to jump to greater successes. So again, people feel like they're nobody, but they're not. Everybody's somebody, right? In a very simple way. And then we need to kind of be okay with being okay, and then use that again to just dive off into these greater successes that we see for ourselves and that others see in us. Yeah, pretty much.
I really love that you talk a lot about mental health and also about your past and everything that you've been through. So I really want to know, do you have like people who have read your book and they reach out to you and say, hey, Tsanonda, like, thank you so much for sharing your story. Like, Can you tell me about an experience that you may have had with somebody who's read your book and reached out to you about it?
Absolutely. So I've had a number of people reach out, and generally they'll kind of reach out through like my website, email me, say they got the book, they read it, and it made them kind of do what I wanted to happen, kind of reflect on their own lives. But interestingly enough, specifically there was a mother who reached out. She said she read the book. I believe her name was Patricia. Yeah, I think it was Patricia. But she reached out. She said she read the book. She said she appreciated it. And she said that she was going to pass the book on to her son. And she said the reason why is because her son has been dealing with things, kind of battling things. This was a little while ago. But her son was kind of dealing with some things, battling some things, trying to figure out ways to overcome the obstacles that he was dealing with. And she said that she believed that my book could kind of be one of those things that kind of help him understand that while we have obstacles to get over, it's possible for it to happen. We're not alone in this world, right? We got people, hopefully, we have people who we can kind of lean on, people who we can use as support systems. So for her, she was kind of saying, yes, I'm a mom. I can't necessarily understand everything that you're going through, son. But here's someone who is a male, who is a man, who can kind of understand some of the things that you're going through, some of the things that you're battling, and then you can use that again as a reflection to better and sharpen yourself. So I've gotten a couple emails that way. I've even had some organizations kind of reach out, and we're trying to work on like workshops and things of that nature where we can kind of go into schools. But that really stuck out to me. It was one of the first emails to my website. And I was like, obviously you're proud of it, right? Like you put something out there into the world, you want people to kind of take notice of it, you want people to read it, you want people to kind of feel it, but at the same time, it is about impact. And I remember literally in the last segment, you talked about that, like the amazing coaches of Edgewood were coming on, talking about it's about young people, right? Not that we're going to forget ourselves. As adults, we want to grow, we want to, be at our best, but it's about pouring into those young people. So anytime I have an opportunity to do that, it's a great one. So for that mom to reach out and say she appreciated it, it was a big deal to me that I was able to help someone kind of, again, reflect on their life and kind of overcome some obstacles.
You know what I noticed, right? And I was just sitting up here pondering, and I got caught pondering because they'll catch you, and they be like, "Say it, pay attention." But I'm pondering because as men, do I tell another man, right? Like I need you to kind of be there for me, because what we do is, and I got a prime example because Coach Steve is here, right? So I'll call Coach Steve when I got some things on my mind, right? And I might say, Coach Steve, what's up? What you doing? And if Coach Steve will say, "Said I'm on a job, I ain't there." So when I hang up the phone, I'm like, damn, Coach Steve ain't there for me and I need him, right? But if Coach Steve is like, well, like, all right, said, come on around and put something on the grill, you know what I'm saying? And because he make these great lamb chops, right? Okay. So, but that's just a prelude to get me around there, right? So how do we tell him that? Do we tell another man that? Do I tell him like, yo, I need you to be there. I need to rap to you. I need to vent. Do we do that?
Short answer, Coach, said yes. Yes, every time. And it's I'm going to say this. It starts and ends with us, right? Like, I think that we do have to put it out there. We have to verbalize it. Hey, man, I'm not at my best today. Hey, man, can I just pull on your shirt, your coattail for a second? I just need to sit down and talk with you, right? But it also, we have to understand and kind of temper our expectations. What that means is we can't expect people to be there for us every single time we need someone, right? So that's why we have to have the tools in our toolbox to help ourselves out, because sometimes you're going to call on Coach, and like you say, he's not going to be able to be there. So for the meantime, let me pull on my own tools, man. What are some of the things that make me feel good about myself? What are some of the things that I can pull out of my toolbox that can help me self-care for a little while, right? For me, I like to watch movies that I've watched over and over and over again. Why? Because I know everything that's going to happen. It's no anxiety with it. I'm just looking at it. I'm just enjoying it. You know what I mean? That type of thing, right? So we do need to be able to lean on our support system, and we do need to be able to lean on ourselves as well. Another point I would add to that is, and again, it's literally football coaching, something I've never done. Never really played sports other than like intramurals and things like that, which I think is outstanding. But coaches do an awesome job of, and Coach Lutman was talking about it, delegating, right? You got to have a team of folks. But a lot of times as men, when we delegate on the football field, but we don't delegate in our lives. We got to be able to give other people some of our stuff, because sometimes we wear it as a badge of honor, going through all the stresses in life, everything that we're going through, everything that we're trying to kind of build ourselves up from. But we got to get to a point where we're able to delegate. I'm going to delegate this to this coach, and if he's not available, I might do it myself. But you know what? Maybe I got another coach I can turn to. Now, of course, that takes trust, and it takes building that relationship, that strong relationship, but we have to do it. We have to verbalize it. We got too many men, too many black men specifically, who would rather pass by a heart attack or by a stroke or by all these other things instead of just letting some of that stuff out to someone and doing it consistently. Not just doing it once in a while, but doing it consistently. So the short answer, again, yes, keep putting it out there, keep verbalizing it, and then kind of have some tools for yourself as well. Great question.
It is Male Mental Health Awareness Month, which is super important. I feel like a lot of young men do keep things bottled up inside and don't reach out when they need to, or maybe they feel like they don't have anybody to reach out to. What advice can you give to the young males out there who really just kind of keep to themselves?
I would say that, again, because the easiest way to say this is, people generally know about, say, like extroverts and introverts. Right now, you're talking about introverts, people who are introverted, who kind of stay to themselves. So the first thing I would tell people is understand that introversion can kind of be a superpower in a way, right? Some people need to be by themselves to recharge, just like you got extroverts who need to be around people to recharge. The best example I can say of that is, if you all think back 5 years ago to the pandemic, right? COVID, right? When folks were forced to be inside, you had extroverts who were struggling because they could not be around people, right? Now, introverts were thriving. They were living their best lives. Look, I'm by myself, I'm chilling, that type of thing. But the biggest word we have to think about is balance. We got to have a little bit of both, right? So our introverts, we got to figure out ways, again, to kind of pull them out. They have to sometimes make a decision to come out, right? Use those tools, but use them when you need them, and then, again, be able to lock into others, because one thing I've learned about this life is it's not just about us. It's not just about our comfort. So if I'm feeling good in my introverted state, that's not okay, because I have young men to reach. I have my children to engage with. I have my wife to engage with, right? Family to engage with. So for the young men, I would say it's okay to recharge your battery by yourself, but you gotta figure out ways to make connection. And sometimes that's in, the simple things, and trying to figure out the things that we enjoy, or that I enjoy, that you might enjoy. We'll talk about also just simple things like journaling, kind of putting your thoughts down, being okay with that. You don't have to necessarily use a physical journal. Use the note section of your phone. Put some things down that you're kind of thinking about, and then, again, reach out to that support system. That's, again, why I love the fact that these amazing coaches were on tonight, right? Because those young men who kind of doing their thing, I know that football is an amazing outlet, but tap into your coach when you're feeling some type of way about some things, right? I think that's a big deal. Not just using the coaches to learn the best way to react and interact on the football field, but also lean on these amazing coaches for life skills as well, because I know that coaches are instilling that in these young men, right? Making them better young men. So yeah, take the time to use the tools for yourself, but try to kind of link in and lock in with peers that have like a certain emotional intelligence about things, and also, again, lock in with those adults who are there to support you on an ongoing basis.
Well, I got a question, right? Because I have my son. He's like a perfectionist, right? And he works out like all the time. He goes to Mount St. Joe, plays center, and he's really into going to college. He wants to go to college, so he hasn't really received any offers yet. So dudes that he think that he better than, right? They getting offers and he not. And he call them unicorns because they tall and they big, so they look good getting off the bus. So he like, Dad, how come he getting offers? And I know I'm better than him. And then he works out like religiously. Like I gotta tell him like, take a break today, right? Like, chill out. So what do I explain to him? Like, how do I tell him, like, when it's his time? Like, what do I explain to him?
So I would say something, and I'm gonna be very honest, very transparent. I learned this maybe about 6 months ago. I was given a workshop at a school in Baltimore, Career Academy, and I asked the students. I said, "Have you all heard the term practice makes perfect?" And they were like, yeah. And I was about to go into my spiel about, how important it is to practice. So one of the young ladies, she raised her hand. She was like, "Can I stop you, Mr. Evans? I got a question." I'm like, "What's up?" She was like, "Well, I heard you say practice makes perfect, but I heard somewhere that practice makes progress." And I was like, "Dang, you right." Because we shouldn't be chasing perfection. You'll never catch it. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna catch it. So just the things that you're telling your son, like, yeah, go ahead, get your practice in, get your reps in, make sure that you're doing all the things that you need to do, but sometimes take a break, disengage a little bit, just a little bit, so that you can refresh your body, you can refresh your mind, and understand that, how they say, comparison is the thief of joy. It ain't about what everybody else got going on. Keep staying focused on what you are doing. Make sure that you are open to listening again to dad. Make sure you're listening to other coaches that are pouring into him. Make sure that he's understanding those who are really locked in with him. But understand that it ain't about comparison. It ain't about what they're doing. Focus on what you're doing, and your best is enough, right? And a lot of times people think 100% is what you're supposed to give every day. I would say give 100% of what you have, because some days we only got 90%. Some days we only got 85%, right? But if all you got is 85%, you better be giving that 85%. It's not okay to give 35 because you only got 85. You got 85, give that 85. You got that 100, give that 100, right? But be patient with yourself. And we were actually just talking about this, right? It's going on, right? It's so easy for us to be patient with others, right? We give grace to others on an ongoing basis, but we're never as patient with ourselves. So he has to be patient with himself. Keep working. You don't stop working at it. You keep working at it. Take breaks when necessary. Keep working at it, and don't compare yourself to others. Understand that your best is always going to be enough. As long as you're giving your best, it's enough, always.
Yeah, so go ahead.
We were literally just talking about that. Work in progress. That's crazy. Before, when you were here, we did talk about Above It All. Can you please tell the viewers and remind everybody about Above It All and tell us about that?
Absolutely. So Above It All is a mental health organization that I had the pleasure of starting with my best friends. Next year will be our 10-year anniversary for the services that we give to young people. Mental health organization, outpatient mental health center. What that means is we offer therapy for children and adults. We offer PRP, which is like therapeutic mentoring for children and adults. Substance use disorder services, which is huge for young people nowadays. I'm trying to figure out the words to really convey how important it is. We have to understand that our young people are turning to substances on the ongoing basis. Alcohol, marijuana, the whole nine. A lot of people are like, well, marijuana is not that good. It's not that big a deal. It's a gateway drug. Once the marijuana stops working, the young people tend to move on to other drugs. So we have to be careful of that. We also have to be mindful, again, that our young people, they need the guidance, right? So we offer medication management. We offer substance use services starting at 13 years old. We offer workshops in schools to kind of teach life skills, including communication, decision making, all those type things. We're working with currently Carver, Douglas, Garrett Heights Elementary, Middle, Connections High School, a number of high schools throughout the city. Again, just to teach those lessons, that honestly, some of the lessons that they do physically on the football field, man. Learning how to be leaders, learning teamwork, learning proper communication, learning conflict management, right? Those are some of the things that they really, really need. So again, we're looking forward to celebrating our 10 years in existence, working with children and adults. When we started off, it literally was because my godfather, Al Wiley Funeral Homes, asked me and my friends a question. He talked about these young men coming into the funeral home every day, right? Meaning, well, really, he said every week or so. He said, it's a group of kids coming into my funeral home because they've lost a friend. Then a week later, and we knew he was embellishing a little bit. A week later, the same kids are in my funeral home again, -1. Then the same group of kids are in my funeral home again, -1. He asked a simple question: what are you all going to do about it? So we thought about like a scholarship fund. Then we were like, no, that's not enough. Then we thought about doing an after-school program, like a camp. No, that's not enough. So then we decided to build what we thought we needed when we were young. And that was a place that we could have, we heard of safe spaces, where we could create safe spaces, but my amazing mentor, TJ's too, Dr. Lamar Darnell Shields said we have to go beyond safe spaces now, and we have to create courageous spaces where young men have the courage to talk about what's bothering them. And then as a community, right, as a support system, we're going to work our way through it. So we are proud of all the things that we're doing. The SUD program, my guy Gino Link, Eugene Link is doing amazing things with SUD. I think the last time I was here, I believe we were at about 125 young people benefiting from our services. We have now doubled in that number. And again, we're one of the biggest things that we're proud of is doing the work and doing it with integrity, right? There are a lot of organizations out here that offer PRP, offer the same services that we do, but we're proud to be an organization that offers the work with integrity. We take care of our young people, we take care of our families, and like I said, next year is 10 years, and we're looking for 10 million more, so let's keep it going.
And again, just let the viewers know, and everybody who's here in Most Seafood, let them know where to follow you and how they can get in touch with you. Because I know everybody that's watching, they might want to reach out and,
Absolutely. Appreciate it. So for Above It All, the Instagram is AboveItAll_MD. You can also follow us on Facebook, AboveItAll_Baltimore. Personally, you can follow me at Tsanonda, Tsanonda. On Facebook, it's Tsanonda Edwards. And you can follow me also on Instagram at theextraordinary.mr.nobody on Instagram. Looking forward to building with everybody, and looking forward to hearing from you all.
Yeah, so, I just want to say, when I call TJ and talk about football, it ain't always about football, right? When I call Tone and want to talk to him, it ain't always about meet us in the trenches, and because I definitely don't want to call him because he gonna lay me out about something I ain't do. And when I call Coach Steve, it ain't always about lamb chops. So we got to reach out, man, and tell the people how you really feel. So
not just in June, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, every day. Make sure you reach out to somebody if you are going through something, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, a stranger, somebody. You have to. It's really, really, really important. Again, like you said, if you're an introvert, I get that too, but sometimes you need to reach out to somebody, talk to somebody. It can also be a therapist. You can get a therapist through your job. You can just talk to a friend who has one. It's really, really, really important to always just tune into your feelings.
Great show.
Emergency mental health awareness number is 988.
988?
Okay.
I never knew that. Great show today.
It was a great show. Thank you all for coming. It was amazing. Thank you for coming back. We appreciate you.
Shout out to our sponsors, Tone Drone, Brainstream Media, Play It Against Sports, and Moe's Seafood. Play It Against Sports, where?
Timonium and Moe's Seafood. We will see you back in 2 weeks. Shout outs to my amazing family for coming to Moe's Seafood to support me. I love you guys. Shout outs to all our viewers on YouTube, on Facebook. Thank you guys. Make sure you follow us.
And we was like at 50K.
Yo, we get up there.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you guys. We really appreciate it. I love all y'all. Truly. Thank you. And we'll be back.
Peace.